Now I need to give you a bit of a backstory because this is not normally how my vlogs go, but what happened was I had about 10 days worth of footage on a hard drive. That hard drive had a system error, and because of that I lost a lot of footage. Luckily I was able to use a recovery software. About 48 hours later, I recovered a lot of those files. Some of those files though were missing audio, some were completely corrupt, and some were never seen again. So for that reason, I'm gonna be filling in the gaps where I can with this here voiceover. Buckle yourselves in for what was an incredible 5 days in Manila, and most of all, I'm excited to be back in the Philippines. Let's get into it. What is up guys? I've just landed here in Taipei, and I'm actually just here for a couple hours. I'm gonna be landing in Luzon in Manila in probably about 5 hours from now. This is a bit of a travel hack that I've just realized. Wear flip-flops, like not the ones that have like the thong between your toes, but the open-toed ones, and just a pair of socks. It's so comfortable. It's an awesome way to get around. This is how I plan to fly for the rest of my life. "21 hours of travel, and I've just arrived here in Manila, Philippines, and I've arrived at one of my favorite places in the entire city. This is the Sofitel Hotel, and I'm gonna be staying here for the next 2 nights. Couldn't be more excited. What the heck? Look at all this living space. This is so nice. This room is insane. Like, I'm so fortunate to be here tonight. Huge thank you to the Sofitel for hosting me. Oh my gosh. This is amazing. In about 3 days, Jamie will be arriving here in Manila. Laura will not be joining me on this trip, but luckily she's doing some amazing things. She was just in LA, in Europe, and now she's in the Cook Islands. Make sure to check out her stuff, especially on Instagram where she's the most current. But this will not be a solo trip. Luckily, I'm being rejoined by my partner in crime, Jamie Baskerville, who actually did my last series with me in Peru. He was such an amazing help on the last trip, so I had to extend the invite, and luckily he decided to join me here in the Philippines. I'm gonna be going off to the islands, doing a lot of exploring of places that you guys have never heard of before. My goal with this trip is to find the islands and the places that even the Filipino people have not heard of, or if they've heard of it, they've never seen it themselves. I want to give these unknown islands an opportunity to have a bit of exposure and show people that you don't always have to go to the main tourist hubs to find some incredible things. But for tonight, nothing else matters other than this bed. Good morning guys, welcome from gloomy day 1 here in Manila. It's a very gray, overcast day, but the cool thing is you can actually still see the blue water shining through, and we are right now on the edge of Manila, and even in the big city, they still have that incredible cerulean blue water popping out. Today I'm going to be meeting up with Daniel Marsh, who's actually one of the guys I first met when I came to the Philippines. Daniel, Will, Haley, all those crew, they actually live here in Manila. As you guys probably know, Will is right now at home in San Francisco getting treatment, but nonetheless, we will still make the most of this time here in Manila. Definitely will feel like something's missing because that's what I associate most with this place. Prayers and thoughts to you, Will. I hope you're doing well. Despite the gloomy weather, it was time to get the day started. Another reason I love the Philippines, this right here, this was $3 US, and getting here with my Uber, it was probably about a 15-minute drive. That was also $3 US. Life here is a lot more affordable. One of the things I love. Look who decided to show up.
How you doing?
Reunion time.
God, I love his
Daniel,
camera.
welcome back.
Big. Welcome back. Thank you.
Yeah. Saw him 3 months ago.
3 months ago. Wasn't even that long.
It was in LA. No, sorry, it was in San Francisco when I went to visit Will. And this is Bret. What's going on, guys? He literally lives like 2.5 hours away from me in Vancouver, so it's kind of random to be meeting him here in the Philippines. But I've been seeing him all over like Instagram and YouTube, so it's finally time to meet.
Likewise.
And I've just met another guy here. This is Luke. What's up, man?
I moved here 3 months ago, and I'm loving it. It's like such a different like culture and environment.
And you're 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine if we started that young. So right now we're actually heading to the Makati Cemetery because today is November 1st. In the Philippines, November 1st is known as the Day of the Saints. Sort of a remembrance or a celebration of life.
anong pangalan?
Daniel po, Daniel. Daniel Padilla. Daniel Padilla.
I thought it was really interesting because here we are spending what is basically Halloween in a cemetery. And it's interesting because you see all around the world people celebrate things in different ways. One of the ways the Filipino people come to celebrate the Day of the Dead, the Day of the Saints, is they come together, they all have their families, they're all like in such a good mood, and they just kind of remember people that have passed on in their lives. They come down here with candles, with food. So I see that all over these graves and cemeteries they're actually leaving behind everything from like apple juices to muffins and little snacks that maybe their loved ones would have liked to have eaten at the time. It's a very serious subject, but you see that everyone here is being brought together, whether it's through loss or through memories of a past person, and it's really a beautiful thing to experience. The Filipino people are among the kindest people in the entire world, and I've actually yet to find another country where I've found nicer people. I'm just happy to be back. Yeah, nice. Very nice. Shows us the gun show and then he's like, 50 pesos. See you later. I'm going to get your money. I'll be back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're good.
Spider. He's a Spider-Man. Who are you?
Superman.
Superman.
Spider-Man, yeah. He's not Spider-Man.
He's Spider-Man. He's Superman. All right, so Daniel, what are we looking at here?
This is called a tricycle. It's a very, very common transport option in the Philippines. It's a motorcycle and a piece of metal outside of it.
What would you rate the safety for this?
100 out of 100. Depends on the driver.
So without a doubt, the best way to get around when you're going through the Philippines is either a jeepney, which you'll see later in the vlog, or a tricycle. And the tricycle is probably my favorite because you're stuck inside this little rusty little metal pod. You kind of just hope that no one bumps into you, otherwise you'd be stuck in here. And yeah, you just hold on. That's about it. That's all there is to taking a tricycle. You've got fantastic airflow, which is excellent, and they're super affordable. I think this will probably cost us around $1 to $2 US.
How you doing, buddy?
So 60, that's like $1 US basically.
Yeah.
Just a little more than $1.
Thank you, Paul. Yeah. Oh shit, that was weird. That was weird. I always have the awkward high fives.
The next morning, it was time to go downstairs and enjoy the world-class Sofitel breakfast buffet. So this right here is Spiral, and it is the #1 ranked restaurant in all of Manila by TripAdvisor, I believe. Indian, French, and American breakfast. After breakfast, it was time to move on to the next hotel. This is Makati. Welcome to the brand new room. I'm staying tonight at the Fairmont here in Makati. Everything the light touches is Makati. And yeah, I lost the room tour. That clip got corrupted. But on the bright side, here's a time lapse of my view. I knew that if I wanted to show the most beautiful side of Manila, I had to get to the rooftops. That was my mission of the day. Just like last time, it was time to meet Daniel at a coffee shop. So we meet again.
Where did you pop out of the bushes? Dude, how you doing? You're like RoboCop right here. What, you got the Ronin? You got this big ass, heavy ass camera, but it's good seeing you again, LeBlanc. Let's make some good visuals.
Where are we going?
And
it was time to get on with the day's mission. Find the best views. Luckily, Daniel worked some of his magic, and one of his friends led us up onto his rooftop. This is the kind of view that gets your heartbeat going. So I put out an Instagram story saying if anyone had a rooftop we could come visit, so let me know. We literally got like 50 to like 75 messages in a matter of an hour and a half. I found a guy who has sent me some really beautiful photos of his viewpoint, so we're gonna head there now.
I'm great, man. The beautiful fresh air of Manila traffic. What more do you need?
I've said it time and time again, but Instagram continues to be the best way to meet you guys. A huge thank you to everyone that offered up your rooftops, and especially to our new friend and fellow vlogger, Nathaniel. Nathaniel even hooked Daniel and I up with a couple of bracelets. It's always so amazing meeting you guys.
Rasta glad. Thank you, buddy.
Not sponsored, but
Thank you so much, Nathaniel.
it's time to say goodbye to the Fairmont here in Makati. It's been an unbelievable stay, but it is now time to go 4 floors up to the Raffles Makati. Seems so fancy. Ooh, dining area. Oh my gosh. This is like a dream home. What? Insane. I just checked into the Raffles Makati. This is probably, I think this is the nicest hotel in the entire country. And like everything about it is just so immaculate. I feel so swanky right now. I'm standing on what did he say? African, basically I don't belong here. And the ceilings, you could fit a giant in here. Wow. I'm so thankful. This is unbelievably beautiful. And right in the entrance here are macarons. Later that day, I walked across the street, went into Greenbelt Mall, and got a haircut for $5. For only $5, I have gained control over the mane. This is Gil. Hey! And later that night, Mr. Marsh joined me for an espresso. LeBlanc residence.
Oh, you got a new camera. Hello. Sorry. Whoa, this is a nice house. Dude, how you doing?
Worst high five ever. I'm gonna have to insert so many sound effects.
That's my thing. It's bad high fives. I do it on purpose, so it's funny in the vlog.
Could I interest you in an espresso?
Oh my god, my friend. Yes, I would love an espresso.
That would be ravishing.
A refreshing hot espresso on a cold winter's day in Manila.
Would you look at this? It's a Malango.
It's a Malango?
I believe so.
What's a Malango?
I don't know. It's a brand of expensive coffee, I assume.
Oh, and that's an expensive coffee machine.
I would assume so.
Nothing but the best for LeBlanc and Marsh. It sounds like an accounting firm. Marsh and LeBlanc.
Ever since I checked into this lavish room, I picked up a bit of an accent.
Yeah. Very good. Where's your butler?
Look at this thing. How do you... What the heck? They actually gave me a little briefing on how to use it, but I wasn't really listening.
Oh, wait, I think I know how to do this.
I assume this will go here.
Yes.
Ooh, it's magnetic.
Oh shit.
What?
Nothing but the best for LeBlanc.
Oh yes, of course. I expected that.
Mm-hmm.
Seems I've broken the machine. Daniel, you...
This is definitely not how it's done. I think leave it to the master. I'm closer to England than you anyway.
Is anyone fancy here? Know how to work this thing? Cold fantasy.
Let us... Clear. Now I got it.
You got it?
No.
You shut it. I think you gotta squeeze it in there.
Yeah, it's like a...
It's definitely supposed to go.
We gotta reverse engineer this shit.
Oh, what if you open it? Maybe it's inside. We're so
God, it would be so stupid if that was the case.
No, it is. It's in.
Dude. Oh, banana, I'm hungry.
Oh no, it just disposed it.
Remind it to edit. Oh yeah, anyway, go continue. Yes, there we go.
There we go. Alright, it must not be plugged in.
Dude, we only got like 2 coffees left, so we...
This is gonna be a vlog. Today's vlog is how to use the Malango.
I don't think...
Comment down below in the comments if you know how to turn on the Malango.
Hey! And that is how you make coffee with LeBlanc and Marsh. Transition.
Gonna go downstairs and I'm meeting with Jacko De Leon. He lives here in Manila and so we're gonna go grab some drinks. We're going to a place called Bell and Dragon. I'm excited to get a drink, but what I'm really excited about is to show you how to get into the bar because it's really something very unique. Southeast Asia weather. It is dry 1 second and pouring the next. Let's get out of here before we get hit by a car. Alright, so you're coming through a typical bar. It's very loud, very dark. There. What the heck? Damn. Okay, so the last bar was cool because you came through a closet, but to be honest, that's kind of where the cool factor kind of ended. It wasn't really for me. All they served was whiskey. I'm not big on whiskey, but luckily Jacko knows of another cool place. That sign says it all right there. Bacon burger this way.
This one's Lazy Bastard.
Okay.
They serve really good hot dogs and burgers.
Oh yeah?
But inside is called ABV. It's called alcohol by volume.
So I just got back to the hotel. It was awesome to catch up with Jacko, and in about 15 minutes, Jamie should be arriving. He's alive! Welcome, dude.
We're gonna do one of those vlog hugs.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, man.
How was your flight?
Fan of the day.
Yay!
So that right there is what my first 5 days in the Philippines looked like. A lot of incredible luxury stays, amazing friends, a lot of catching up, and most of all, just getting ready for what will be an incredible trip through the country. I'm so excited to share with you guys what has happened up to this point because some of the craziest vlogs I've ever created are coming very soon, Wi-Fi dependent. Now, if you're planning to come to the Philippines, I've actually made an entire travel guide. It'll help you travel through Cebu and Palawan or decide which one's best for you. If you want to check out the 5 hot tips to the Philippines, click on that bubble right there. And if you're new to my channel, well then hit that subscribe button right up there so that you're notified when the next Philippines video is posted because there's incredible island hopping and a lot more adventures to come. So without further ado, let's get lost again in the next one.